Great writers over the years have been known to hang out together to chat about their works on a regular basis. The impact of these friendly meetings on the literary world has been staggering. Welcome to our series, When Great Writers Hang Out. Today's episode is J.R.R. Tolkien and the Inklings. Hi friends, and welcome to my channel, Books, Stacks, and Stories. A simple English pub located in Oxford, known as the Eagle and Child, known locally as the Bird and Baby. In many ways, it was like countless other quaint public gathering places throughout the United Kingdom. So what makes the Eagle and Child so special? Every Tuesday during the early 1930s, some of England's greatest authors, philosophers, and thinkers would meet there to share their works in progress, providing crucial feedback and discussion that helped shape such great literary works as The Lord of the Rings and The Chronicles of Narnia. The informal group of writers had a name, the Inklings, and its members included two titans of 20th century literature. J.R.R. Tolkien, known for The Hobbit and the epic trilogy of The Lord of the Rings, and C.S. Lewis, famous for the Chronicles of Narnia novels, as well as Mere Christianity and the Screwtape Letters. Also in the group were literary giants such as Charles Williams, Owen Barfield, Hugo Dyson, Warren Lewis, the brother of C.S., and Dr. Robert Havard, Lewis's physician, Lord David Cecil, Adam Fox, and Christopher Tolkien, the son of J.R.R. The members shared a love for literature, myth, and Christian theology, often exploring the value and potential of imagination. The Inklings were formed and dedicated to encouraging fantasy and narrative fiction at a time when the fantasy and speculative genres needed a good shot in the arm. The group originated in the early 1930s, initially associated with Oxford student Edward Lean, before becoming a circle of faculty friends. The Inklings are regarded as one of the most influential 20th century literary circles, impacting fantasy, fiction, and Christian literature. The group met on Thursdays in C.S. Lewis's rooms at Magdalen College and on Tuesdays at the Eagle and Child. Tolkien would read early drafts of The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings to the group, looking for any input and advice. Lewis's encouragement ending up being vital to Tolkien's completion of the LOTR trilogy. C.S. Lewis also shared early drafts of his works Out of the Silent Planet and The Great Divorce, and Charles Williams discussed his classic in the making, All Hallows Eve. Members provided, and often received, brutally frank commentary on their writing. Discussions also often revolved around Christian faith, morality, and philosophy, reflecting the deep personal beliefs of members like Lewis and Tolkien. They debated various forms of storytelling, including the merits of fantasy, Norse sagas, and poetry. Conversations even ranged from education, pain, and horror to the state of the nation. They engaged in friendly, humorous competitions, such as trying to read the famously bad purple prose of Amanda McKittrick Ross without laughing. From Irene Idisley.
Sympathize with me, indeed. Ah, no. Cast your sympathy on the chill waves of troubled waters. Fling it on the oases of futurity. Dash it against the rock of gossip.
I much prefer the passage from Tolkien's The Two Towers, the second book in the trilogy, describing the wonders experienced by the hobbit Samwise Gamgee. There, peeping among the cloud rack on the skyline, a white star shone for a moment. The beauty of it smote his heart as he looked up out of the forsaken land, and hope returned to him. For like a shaft, clear and cold, the thought pierced him that, in the end, the shadow was only a passing thing. There was light and high beauty forever beyond its reach. Or Lewis's Meditation in a Toolshed, using a bright sunbeam to illustrate perspective. I was seeing the beam, not seeing things by it. Then I moved so that the beam fell on my eyes. Looking along the beam and looking at the beam are very different experiences. Three of the best-known members of the Inklings, Tolkien, Lewis, and Williams, are the main characters of James A. Owen's fantasy series, The Chronicles of the Imaginarium Geographica. while Warren Lewis and Hugo Dyson are recurring minor characters throughout the series. According to Wikipedia, the group's popularity and regular attendance began to wane after 1945, particularly following the death of member Charles William. With so many brilliant minds and strong egos being involved, it was not surprising that tensions arose, in part because some members, like Hugo Dyson, grew tired of hearing Tolkien's The Lord of the Rings and objected to the group's focus. Warren Lewis noted in his diary that the final official Thursday meeting occurred on October 20th, 1949. In the following subsequent weeks, the members just stopped showing up, and the Inklings passed into literary history, leaving behind a towering legacy that fostered unparalleled creative output and transformed fantasy from children's stories into a serious literary genre. And thanks for visiting. Please come back often and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss a thing.